Hey all, Tony Bing here. Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video for Marvel Strike Force. Now, we have Green Goblin that has been released in the store today, and I believe in the next few days we'll hopefully be getting a blitz for him as well for the free-to-play players that can hit top 1500 of course. Now, over the next few days, and I'll do my usual series of videos I do when a new character comes out. In this one, we'll do an orb opening, I'll rank him up, and then I'll give my initial impressions. In the next video, we'll have a 2-minute gameplay preview just to show off his animations. We then have some tier 8 blitz matches in the following video. That should be pretty fun because we've almost got a full Spider-Verse team, and then we round it all off by doing that in-depth review once I've had a bit more time to spend with him. But let's get cracking on and let's get these orbs opened. Just before we go in and open the orbs, then I'll mention the fact that it looks like the value of the pack has dropped a little bit since Miles Morales. With him, you would get 8 of the orbs that you could actually open. With Green Goblin, you only get 6 of them. You do get an additional 10 shards, but that's the lowest amount. It's actually lower than you can actually get at a bare minimum from the 2 additional orbs you're getting anyway. So it's a bit disappointing to see the value of the packs that wasn't really great in the first instance drop down even more there. What we'll do anyway is we'll now jump in and we'll open these 6 orbs. So here we go, you need to cross your fingers given I don't get as many chances here of getting a jackpot or anything decent. So that's 8 we got. We're guaranteed to get them regardless, but it would be nice to get some more shards, maybe get them to 3-star. Makes the tier 8 blitzes matches better. Here we go though, I wouldn't be surprised if all of them. Oh, in fact that's decent. 80, awesome. Good stuff, all my complaining paid off there. I need to do it more often. Let's see. Then 72,000 gold on the outside. And then, is this the final one? I think it is. It sure is. I don't want to spend 655 or 675 cores on any more. It's simply not worth it. So how many shards did we get? So 118 there. That's really nice. Of course it was that one that gave me 80. All the others were just 8. If I can remember correctly. So let's go in and we'll actually rank him up, and then once we've done that we'll have a quick look at his kit as well. Okay, so I need to actually show this off in the video. For some reason he's done this, it's known as a T-pose. You see this in characters when I think they're being worked on, but he's actually done the T-pose in the recruitment screen. I'm not sure if everyone else has got that, but it really does make him look pretty ridiculous. Normally he's crouching, let's see. That really is pretty insane looking. Let's go in and recruit him now anyway, and we'll see how high we can take him. I have got a decent amount of gold here because I'm not really spending it. And there we go. His head's off screen and everything due to this T-pose there, unfortunately. So that was actually 3-star, round about 3.5-star. That'll help towards the milestone to have brought them back, so it's nice to see that. They're there obviously to encourage people to invest in the newer characters. So we've got him at 3-star. Let's take him up to, in the first instance, I think 60 is round about where I normally go now. And that leaves me with 500,000 gold. Let's go for 55 in the first instance, and then we'll see from there. So I'm really quite undecided on him. I'll need to try him out, but I don't think he looks to be an amazing character. He will be very nice against the shield team with Carnage, but overall still not 100% sure on him. So what I'm going to do is we need to drop in all the gear in. If you've watched any of these openings before where I actually drop in the gear, you know it takes forever. So I'll quickly zoom past this part here. So there we go. Looks like I'm running a little bit shorter on the actual materials there, given I can only take him up to tier 7. Let's see what we're missing. It's the improved syringe. That seems to be the common element here. So if you want to level them up, you're going to need a ton of them. Let's go in and level up the skills now. I don't have a great deal of purples either. I've been running a little bit low in materials recently. One of the reasons was that I did unlock Sabretooth, so I've got some videos coming for him on the plus side. We go up to basically your purples, and then I start to think about what I'm going to use. So I'll just stop it there. That's level 5, which is a decent amount. And then we'll go for level 5, it's only 65. That's a nice damage boost there. 60% damage to primary target. And then let's fire up this one as well. And we'll go up to level 5, why not? And then finally the passive will take up to level 3. And then once we've done that, what we'll do is have a very quick look at his stats. and then once we've done that we'll have a quick look at his abilities and I'll work out how they actually are when you're maxed out so I can give my impressions as well. Now you can see that he's got his normal animation now. He does look pretty awesome. He's not the goblin I would have liked to have seen. I would have loved to have seen him right now on the glider and that floating about the screen, but I will say he still does look pretty nice. It's just a weird style, but it ties in with the Spider-Verse movie. But let's have a quick look at his stats now and see how he does. With the stats here then, what I've done, I've went onto msf.gg, that way I can actually compare them even though I've levelled them to midway. So when we look at his health, it's actually really good. He would come out as an A rating when it comes to health. His damage looks to be round about a C rating, but he has decent multipliers on his skill which could help him out in that respect. His armour's sitting pretty nice, that's at a B. We then have his focus, which will be slightly relevant due to the adding of the defence down on his passive. That's coming in at a D rating there. Resistance is pretty decent, so it will be hard to stun or slow him, that would be a B. And then finally, this is probably his biggest weakness, it's his speed. It's way down at 88, that means he's an E rating, but I really need to look at the other characters. Sometimes a character being a little bit slower means that other characters that set them up in a way can get to go first. So slightly lower speed isn't always necessarily a really bad thing. Sometimes it is, but it isn't always, so we need to see when we look at his kit more. But on the subject of that, let's have a look at his abilities now. With the abilities then, again I've went onto msf.gg so we can see how they actually look when they max them out. So this is Goblin Strike, it's doing single target damage with a 1 in 4 chance to hit adjacent targets. That's pretty hopeless, the chance being as low as that. Now maxed out it'd be 330% damage, which is a nice amount, and 260% damage on adjacent targets, but again you've only got that 25% chance there. I would like to see it just a full flat out AoE for him, because he is a blaster class after all. Now the next one is a special, Burning Rage, so you do have the chance of using this on your first attack. It's a low 4 turns, maxed out, so you attack a random target with stealth for 450% damage, so this would be against your shield team and whoever operative is actually healed up. If no targets have stealth, then you attack the primary target instead and you deal 50% additional damage per positive effect. So essentially the shield operative will apply their regen and their stealth on a character, and with this you could be doing round about the region of about 650% damage. Their health should be lower because that's the reason they've been targeted by the operative, so that means it should be a way to take them out there. You've then got the ultimate Fire and Brimstone. With this particular one, the tooltip's a little bit strange on it. It's talking about attacking additional times in game, but msf.gg's actually different. So in game, as mentioned, it's saying you're doing additional attacks. If that's the case, it will be really nice and I'll need to test it. On msf.gg it's saying you're attacking the primary target, this is at level 7 for 290% damage, and then you attack 3 to 4 random targets for 290% damage. So what I'll actually do when I test them out, I'll add a pinned post to this actual, or a pinned comment even, to this actual video letting you know how this plays out. We then have the passive, so maxed out with this one on any Spider-Verse allies turn, so we can have up to 4 when Carnage is available. You choose 2 random enemies, if they have a positive effect you remove 1. Imagine this will be like Yondu's passive, and then it will be positive to choose an enemy that doesn't actually have a positive effect and it could be ruined. So if you're going up against a team that has a lot of summons, that could potentially even be a shield team that is used to counter, you could target a character that maybe doesn't have any buffs that you want to strip there. That's something that will need to be tested as well. And then on spawn you apply defense down to the enemy with the most resistance. That'll be for the shield protector class character, the name escapes me, shield security, that's what it is. So that'll be for that character, and if the enemy's shield, you can see it here, apply defense down for 2 turns and the attack cannot be resisted. You also gain 20% max health, giving him a real high health pool for a blaster class character. But there he is. We'll spin him round once more here. As mentioned, does look decent, it's just not my goblin unfortunately. So what we'll do in the next video then is we'll do a quick 2-minute gameplay preview, and then hopefully later on tonight as well I'll get some tier 8 blitz done. So on the back of that, if you've got any suggestions as to who you would like to see for the 5th Spider-Verse character, because we don't have Carnage, let me know in the comments of this video and I'll certainly be happy to accommodate you. So thanks for tuning in for this, I'll see you all again soon.